Just figured I'd make a little quick video for you to show you how to use this new content search GPT we put together, which hopefully should help you find different types of content from the master catalog of courses. So we've tried to make it simple so you don't have to type in a big prompt. We've basically wrapped that in this GPT. So you could ask it a question if you'd like find content on Listeria. It'll work just fine. But if you just want to put in the skill, the type of content you're looking for, that'll also work. And so essentially we've got that so that it'll go search in this case it's this phase one is just a spreadsheet. In the future we'll be pulling in the scripts, in terms of like everything that's being said within the course, as well as additional fields we'll be adding, that Corey will be adding maybe in phase two. And so as you can see, like it pulled back one course, and I actually checked with Corey to confirm there is only one course that has Listeria content. And then these are the different fields that'll come back when you do your searches: the career pathway, the topic, course code, course title, duration, the primary compliance laws or codes that are involved, who the SME is, in this case it was Eric, the languages, published date, and the description. We'd love to get your feedback to see, how well this is working, because we'll incorporate that into both the phase two and then final phase three, which will be more of a standalone web application that we can obviously continue to use internally for the sales team and others, but then also potentially expose that externally. Obviously we'll trim down the type of data that'll be returned if we expose it externally, but just, wanted to figure out if there's a way that we can do something self-service that'll make sense and take some of that load off the sales team, and, but also obviously don't give any content out, to competitors or others. And so we might not just put a link on the website. This might need to still be filtered through sales, to give them access, but at least allow them to kind of like look around. Brian actually shared Alchemy's like course catalog in terms of some of the things that they used to share. And so I know we have a blueprint concept, so we'll be figuring out what makes the most sense to incorporate as we go. But for now, just wanted to get this in your hands as quick as possible so you can, bang on it, get some feedback for us that we can incorporate, as we go, as we're developing this. As you're seeing this, you're seeing, well, wait a minute, this isn't Copilot. This is, OpenAI's ChatGPT or a GPT experience. We still haven't decided if we're going to expose this as a, Copilot tool or a GPT tool, or obviously if we build a web app, then we may not need either one of those. So just wanted to get something in the hands as quick as possible. And just right now we're getting a little bit of, it's going to be a little bit slower getting Copilot put in place. Like we have to upgrade and get a license. There's some things that the IT wants to do in terms of making sure the data is locked down and we've got the right controls in place. So that's going to take a little bit longer. So we'll see where that lands. So, but in parallel, I made sure this is a private GPT. It's not exposed to anybody else. So I'm just going to share the link for folks to use, but nobody else will know this is here. I've selected, so this doesn't use any of my sessions or this GPT for training. So none of our sensitive course content will get out this way. But anyway, it could be easier longer term maybe to use something like Copilot since our stuff will be, within SharePoint. But anyway, long story short, we'll figure out the right architecture, but just kind of wanted to share some details here. And so I picked one, in this case, geometric dimensioning and tolerancing. I didn't even have to put in the full word. You see, it was smart enough to kind of figure that out. So you could put in acronyms, things like that. And then if it doesn't have, like some of these don't have durations or maybe primary laws, those will be blank, but it'll try to return, everything that it can, in terms of those fields. So, I guess spot checking. I mean, I don't know our content. I'm not an expert, but it seemed to pull back the right stuff, and it was cool that, I know obviously it pulled the ones that are exactly listed by geometric dimensioning tolerancing, but it's still also able to pull back, a good swath of different pieces. So, please take a look at that, and it's kind of a number of different learning paths. It's right now in a format where you can basically, copy this right here with this copy table and bring it there. But if, we felt like we needed to have it in a different way, like maybe download an Excel, that's great feedback for us. So let us know. Other than that, that's all I got. Feel free to bang on this, and, reach out to me or Corey, with any questions or, any issues that come up.